Hello and welcome to Reviews. Oh, it's been a heck of a week here. I'm still catching up on all the books that came out. There was so much stuff. There was Heroes in Crisis, Uncanny X-Men. I haven't even gotten to the Fantastic Four yet, but a lot of the books, except for the ones I've already done, have all been very average. Sometimes you try and find a hook, if it's a good book or if it's a bad book. Um, you try and find a hook, something to really, kind of focus on and, make it the starting point, move out from there. And I'm just having trouble with the other books. They're just so average. Until I got to Spider-Gwen. Ghost Spider. Um, Still not crazy about that name. I really wish it got Spider-Ghost. But in this issue, they were kind of hinting where they're going with that. So I didn't think I was going to pick up this issue. But then I saw it and I'm like, oh, heck. Sure, why not? So I'm just going to pop into it. As you can hear, I'm losing my voice today. And my bird's yelling. Uh, I've been working a lot lately. I think my body immune system's down and lack of sleep. And anyway, so I'm going to try and make this a short one. It'll end up being another 20-minute video, I know, but I'm going to try and make this short because I'm not sure if my voice is going to hold out. So let's go ahead and let's just pop right in. It is still a Spider-Geddon tie-in, and but luckily you don't really need to read the rest of the Spider-Geddon series to know what's going on. Basically, Gwen is trapped in another world, where she runs into this world's Peter Parker after fighting a female Green Goblin. So, you hear my bird just losing his mind out there? Um, so, the problem with this book is these characters are not likable. I'm going to get that out of the way right now. Um, so, Gwen is trying to get back. She's trying to get back to the battle with the Inheritors. But then she runs into Peter Parker, who says, this can't be happening. Um, has a little funny thing like, "Oh my God, you're a clone," when he sees it's Gwen Stacy, and she went back to our lab, didn't she? Why does she make you? What does she want? She who, the real Gwen Stacy. So Gwen, of course, tries to explain who she is. That she is a real Gwen Stacy. Well, a real one, just not the one that he knows. And so it's the whole explaining that she's from another universe and she's trying to find someone's, a genius to help her fix her watch. I'll be honest, in the last issue, I completely forgot that was their teleporter. That was the significance of the watch. So here's about the only real action bit you're going to get in this issue. Um, the Green Goblin left a pumpkin bomb up on the roof, and as they're talking, Gwen's spider sense goes off, and she saves Peter. Um, gets him out of the way from the explosion. So he just, busts out laughing. And a woman from another world who looks exactly like my best friend, but isn't totally normal situation. So you still think I'm a clone? No, I'm the biologist. Gwen couldn't make you without me. You're too warm to be a robot, and after the things I've seen. So she convinces him that, just with her display of her spider powers, they're jumping out of the way, that she is from another world. So that's what he asks. I have one question. Are you Spider-Woman? And so she says, yeah, I am. Yeah, must be nice. And says, Harry always thought so. So here we find out the origin of this world. So Peter Parker didn't become Spider-Man. Actually, basically, they all went to Oscorp together. Gwen and Peter were doing research together. They were working on spiders because it was a cancer that killed Uncle Ben, not a gunshot. And so he was working on spider stuff, and so the spider ends up getting out and biting Harry. And so basically, he turns into Spider-Man. They don't actually say if. Looks like he has the organic webs. So yeah, since he becomes Spider-Man, um, he seems like Peter seems down, almost a little bit jealous about it. So, and you know, she doesn't tell him that pretty much Peter Parker's and most universes are the ones that become Spider-Man. So Peter comes up with the idea, the costume. Mary Jane's just kind of in the background. You see her sulking in the background a lot. And I have a theory about that, where they're going. So while Harry became a hero, that world's Gwen Stacy turned herself into a hero. So here's the big reveal, you know, you could see it coming. The Green Goblin is actually the Gwen Stacy of that world. She puts on a red wig, and her and Harry are the super team, where you have Peter and MJ in the background, basically got ground control, mission support. So yeah, it's great. They thought that they could do it all. Uh, um, uh, Norman Osborn, used to tell Harry that with power, was great in the right hands. A little twist, it's one of those worlds where things are twisted a little bit. So, and so Gwen, Ghost Spider, is pushing that. She needs to find someone that can help her fix her dimensional watch. But Peter's given all this backstory, which Gwen is super patient to sit through all this. And you have to listen. You have to understand. Please. So it turns out that they end up fighting, looks like Sandman. Although he's green. Over at the police department. The Green Goblin throws one of her bombs, and it explodes on the roof, and she ends up killing her own father, Captain Stacy. Although I'm not sure if he's captain in this world, and because of that, Harry as Spider-Man is having problems fighting the Sandman-like villain, and so he catches the pumpkin bomb that was going for Green Goblin Gwen, but in the midst of all that, he gets pummeled by Sandman and ends up getting killed. He ends up blowing up. But because of this, Gwen, that world Gwen, her suit malfunctioned, basically. It did something to the circuitry and turned her into the Green Goblin persona. Kind of like Norman Osborn became corrupted by the chemicals and treatment. It's actually the circuitry. So basically what Peter's proposing, that the only person that can help Ghost Spider-Gwen get back to her world is the Green Goblin Gwen Stacy, because she's the mechanical genius that could fix her bracelet. However, she's currently crazy, so she has to help Peter rescue them. I think we got that? Okay. I'm going to have to skip a couple pages here. There's an awful lot of dialogue. And so, I'm just going to skip the next couple pages here, because it's mostly them talking more about the whole plan. A lot of this, it almost seems like the dialogue stretched to, Peter's kind of a jerk, and they keep referring to him blackmailing Ghost Spider into helping them. So he drives her over to meet up with MJ so they can try and find where the Green Goblin Gwen is. And he's telling her to be cool, be cool. And so he rings the doorbell for some reason instead of using his keys. And, MJ sees Gwen and just gets this look on her face. By the way, some of this art is really bad in this issue. It's kind of average to bad. God, there's one panel. It's coming up. There's one panel that almost gave me vertigo. So, MJ sees Gwenny? Yes, but no. I'm sorry. You're not her. No. Clone? No. Robot from another dimension? Yes, actually. Yeah, we kind of did this bit earlier, so I don't know why we're doing it again. And then MJ brings up a point. You have a phone. You could have called me. What are you trying to pull? And so yeah, maybe I need a new code name, but yeah, I'm Spider-Woman. So I guess you better come inside. I'm going to have to probably stop here soon on the issue. I already skipped a few pages because we see when they go inside, MJ is like obsessively tracking Gwen, trying to figure out when, even though Gwen's persona is lost in the Green Goblin, she still needs to sleep. Where does she sleep? Where does she go to sleep? Where does she rest? She's trying to find all that. So you see her tracking all the movements, and so MJ and Peter argue. You bring me this fresh-faced not Gwen, who looks like she hasn't even graduated from high school, and she's somehow supposed to help us. And yeah, the maybe there's something about this world that MJ and Peter of this world are jerks or something, because they are desperate to get their friend back, but they're talking about having to blackmail Ghost Spider to help them, which, the story's been done so many times that if you need somebody to help you, but you have to do something for them. I mean, I don't know why they keep referring to it as blackmail in this, but maybe I can help bring her home. Talking about Gwen. Why? What? Why? Why what? Why would you do that to help us? Because I know it's not out of the goodness of your heart. Really? Why would she do this? What is going on? What is this jealousy? Or were they jealous at Gwen for being the Green Goblin, and here comes another Gwen who happens to be Spider-Woman? So, no, it's cool. I want to help because I need your Gwen to get back to my world. My friends are in danger. I can't stay here. So yeah, this book is this portion repeated over and over and over. So yeah, then we get, help you. Are you sure you landed on the right combination there? Yeah. So, Peter says, what can it hurt? We've tried everything else. Fine, I'll take you to see Bets and Glory. Betty Brant, Gloria Grant. And you're going to do exactly what I say. Got it? And, Gwen salutes. Never do that again. And here's, like I said, the art just gets kind of bad. Look at her hands here. Look at this panel. Look at that. And then this panel here, man, that's some weird perspective. Like I said, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that kind of gave me vertigo trying to figure this all out. And yeah, so they leave Peter behind as they're going to go out because Gwen says, hey, I'm a Gwen Stacy. Let me know a little bit more. Maybe I can help you figure out how she thinks. So she tells Peter, try to be alive when we get back. Try to survive long enough to come back. So we're seeing, not a relationship between Peter and MJ. We're not seeing a relationship between Peter and his world's Gwen. And so, I might as well be a ghost here. I'm haunting them. Yeah, I guess that's leading up to the ghost spider. And then there's Peter. They're lost without her. Are my friends as lost without me? And so as they're driving out, we come to the Green Goblin hovering over the city, looking at a picture of her and MJ. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be one of those besties pictures where, why were they taking the photo so they're at an angle? Did they tilt they try to be cute when they took that photo? Yeah, anyway, I have a feeling they're going to try and say that this world's MJ and Gwen were lovers. I think that's where they're going with this, and that's why MJ was so upset to see fresh-faced young Gwen show up. That. Yeah, this book it's not as bad as the first issue. I don't get the character of Spider-Gwen. I don't understand why she exists. I don't, understand the whole Spider-Gwen love. And I mean, hey, some people like it. That's cool. I actually think the more I look at it, I think I said this last issue, I used to not like her costume, but I like it a little bit more now. It's kind of grown on me. I like her outfit. The art, I think the art in the last issue was worse. And this one just does have its bad spots. Like I said, This MJ. Yeah, this issue's not that good. It's a little bit better, but uh, this thing is. I don't know. I think this is only getting by on the fact that it's a Spider-Geddon tie-in. Otherwise, it just would have stayed canceled, and they're going to see if they can spin out more sales from the Spider-Geddon crossover. And Spider-Geddon. I always want to call it Spider-Verse, which was the previous one. Um, but yeah, this other world she's landed is kind of interesting, even though everybody's a jerk. And it's kind of interesting to see that Harry became Spider-Man since he was such a huge Spider-Man fan, um, and Gwen is actually, basically fighting herself in this. So yeah, this book's dumb. It's not as bad as the first issue. I really didn't like that first issue, but this one it's inching up a little bit. Give it about 3 o'clock. I'd give it a 3 o'clock rate because I've actually read this a couple times now, and it was like this is a book where the plot moves it along, but other than that bomb that was put up on the ceiling, there's really not a lot of action to keep this going. This is a lot of talking, going places, and it's the same conversation over and over. So, yeah, that's what you missed. That's pretty much it. So hopefully, with the next issue, the plot decides to actually start moving along at a decent pace. So, all right, I'll be back. Like I said, so much Fantastic Four, Heroes in Crisis, X-Men, but this was just such an average week. Just nothing really good or really bad. And I still have a few things I have not even read yet. I haven't even got myself to read The Return of Wolverine yet. Oh, I hope that one's better. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.